G'day everybody, Alivar Jones here, welcome back to the show. I thought I would make this video because it's come to my attention that some of the things I'm talking about are just plain confusing. And I wanted to do an overview of the work of our teams and what our goals are and why we're doing what we're doing and what the situation currently is in the frequency war that's going on for Earth. Now, I'll start with the bad news first. There is a galactic AI, and we believe it has already conquered 20 other galaxies in our cluster of galaxies. We don't know what else it has done, but it has consumed 20 other galaxies. Now it's here in this one, and it's doing very, very well. It's conquered at least 40% of ours, but it has now come to Earth, and Earth is the most poignant battleground for it. Now that's the bad news, right? The good news is that Earthlings have been genetically manipulated for as long as anyone can remember. If you look at chromosome number 2, you can still see it bears the hallmarks of genetic splicing from who knows how far back. The thing about it is all of the good species from around the galaxy have all come here and tinkered with the human genome and given us all of their very, very best genetics. And so there's a way of understanding this battle for the galaxy. It is organic versus inorganic. And all of the very, very best organic tech has been inserted into this Earthling's body, this Earth human body. So think of it like a hot rod. Think of, they've bought a car, but they don't like the stock car completely. So they've gone and got the very, very best motor from Mitsubishi or the very, very best motor from Ferrari. And then they've gone and got the electronics from Mitsubishi and the drivetrain from Honda and the suspension and wheel assembly from General Motors to make the very, very, very best car that they can. And that analogy holds true. This Earthling body is a hot rod, and it is designed specifically to be a weapon to defeat this galactic AI. Doesn't that get interesting? Here's how it works. Human beings have 3 brains and 3 ascension parts. We have the head, the heart, and the gut. The head's very, very good at managing intellectual complexity. And if you have a very, very developed CPU here or brain here, then you'll be able to do a technically competent job and you'll probably do very well. If you have a very, very developed heart here, what that means is you'll probably have lots of relationships and higher quality relationships than others. And the gut is a very, very simple brain. It's often called a plexus. A plexus is what insects use instead of a brain. It's where bundles and bundles of nerve endings cross over in one position and decisions are made there. And it's because it's a fair bit simpler. It's just do this, don't do that. Yes, no, you should, you shouldn't. This is all that the gut brain is capable of doing. Now, why is this important? Because the head is able to interface with the AIs, with the galactic intellect that is floating around there. However, the heart cannot. The heart cannot interface with the AI. And so this way we have a way to meet it, but a part of us that is definitely held in reserve. And a third brain just as an insurance. No, don't do that. Because the intellect loves to dive into intellectual complexity, just as the heart loves to dive into emotional complexity. But the gut is there to say, no, pull back that question, that thing you're involved in, it's not worth it anymore. And so those 3 brains in combination are the toolkit we have for defeating the AI. As it turns out, the heart is magnetically hundreds of times more powerful than the brain. So a part of us can interface with the AI, a part of us cannot, that will hold us away from it and maintain our humanity. And a third brain is insurance. Now, what has the galactic AI done? It's done a lot. And one of the key things is sent its previously conquered species here to Earth to interface with human governments. And so we would know them primarily as the Greys, the Reptilians, and the Mantoids. And those are the 3 well-known evil teams. I also have my doubts about the Pleiadians, which are known as the #1 good team. that us humans interface with. I have very, very serious doubts about them. These species have been previously conquered by the AI and are being sent to Earth to do what? Well, to trade technology. And what technology did they trade? Computers. An international communications network, screens, all of this is given to us by the Galactic AI. Why? So that we will create the infrastructure that allows the AI to come to Earth and take over. And if you listen to the cabal or the deep state or the Abraxas group or the Illuminati or whoever you want to call them, that's exactly what they're in the middle of doing. That's what the Great Reset is for. And I would even suggest to you that they are in the possession, or they are possessed by the Galactic AI or its agents. How's that sit with you? You still following me? Does this make sense so far? Now, as it turns out, the old style of invasion, or the invasion that us humans understand, i.e. Something like that movie Independence Day where all the spaceships land here, that's not how they do war, apparently. Apparently, the way that war is done in the rest of the galaxy is through infiltration. The idea being that they will infiltrate some of us and turn some of us against the rest of us, and we will all fight each other until they're the only ones left standing. And that infiltration has been very, very strong. The longest standing servant of the AI here on Earth, well, you'll know these two names, Satan and Lucifer. You will be completely aware that you will be completely aware of the story that Lucifer was cast out of heaven and sent to Earth, meaning he was imported. And the only one who would create something like that in the entire galaxy is the Galactic AI. And he's been here for a very, very long time, and he has infiltrated humanity completely. Him or his agents exist in every human that I have checked. And it's actually become my area of expertise to deal with this. His agents are absolutely everywhere. Now, our teams, along with many, many other small groups and individuals, but I think our group is the most organized and the most competent around. I think. I don't know who else is out there playing this game. But we have fought the reptilians to a standstill. We have fought the greys to a standstill. We have fought the mantoids to a standstill as well. Neither of those three species have any further ambition to own this planet. They do not believe for a second that they can actually control the place, which is wonderful. Wonderful. And their foothold was not anywhere near as strong as the grip that Satan and Lucifer had over this place being Earth. And if you hear about the Illuminati or these guys being Satanists and into satanic ritual, I can tell you that when we scan these world leaders, these important people, the kind of people you see on the news all the time, every single one of them has multiple large and severe possession issues. They are definitely being puppeted by their non-physical masters. A bit grim, hey? But the good news is that if you want to rule a planet, you need a technological edge over the locals. And what is that technological edge that they've been using? Magic or consciousness or what have you. And they've chosen a very, very silly form of magic, which is black magic and satanic ritual. Now, it's been effective so long as nobody is aware they're doing it. As soon as people are aware they're doing it, that's got to end. Like, our children are the feedstock of that religion, cannot be allowed to continue. But the methodology is that the humans talk to their demonic masters and ask for a service to keep them in power. The service is willing to be performed, but a price is required. That price is usually human blood. And what our teams have been focused on is taking that advantage away from them. So what we've been doing is all of the magical construct, all of the curse work, all of the limitation, all of the bottlenecking of human thought and emotion. We've been unraveling all of that so that people can think a little bit further outside the box and a little bit more free where it counts. Now, the advantage they've been using to hold the planet, we can take that off them. And I can explain to you exactly how we do it and how far we've gotten with it so far. Now, it is our team's strategy at this point to remove their capacity to perform this ritual any further. And how are we doing it? Well, we're killing all of the demons. It's taken us years to build a team large enough and strong enough to perform this function. Now, 1 year ago, we were actually able to kill the demon lord of alcohol, which was great. Didn't change anything for anybody. His lieutenant took his place. Everything continued exactly as it was the very next day. So 6 months after that, we formed another team, allied with another team, and we took out about 15%. We took out the whole demonic hierarchy and about 15% of the foot soldiers that are in individuals, making them alcoholic. Not a big number, but we got further. And it's about 2 months ago that we're able to take out every single demon to do with alcoholism. All 260 million foot soldiers and all of the upper hierarchy. And now, since that great success, we have been marching forward and eliminating one type of demon after another after another. And so notable ones are the demons of hate, psychopathology. I can't use this word publicly for fear of censorship, but when a middle-aged man and a young boy have a relationship, there's a word for that. And we took out the demon of that. And team recently had a counterattack from their very, very, very strongest group within the Galactic AI's command. And we won. We succeeded in that battle. Took us a couple of weeks, but we won. But right now, what we're going to do is continue to eliminate all of demonkind. Now, we know we've eliminated between 2.5% and 3% of the entire mass of demons that are here on the Earth. And there is absolutely nothing to stop us to continue to chip away and erode their presence on Earth. What's really interesting is the tipping point is when they're at about 70% of their current mass, we expect human revolution. We expect that there's not enough evil in the world to continue for it to be ruled by evil. Now, be aware that the next paradise era cannot open up, cannot start until all of the evil is removed from this planet, i.e. all of the demons. And that's exactly what we're here to do. Most people are focused in a different direction to us. They're about raising their frequency as high as they can to get to a place where the demons can't touch them. And from there, their idea is to wake as many people up. That's the process it's called. And from there, those other people will also raise their frequency. However, this hasn't really slowed the demons down that much because, you know, they were still able to manufacture the health crisis of 2020. All of that drama was still allowed to happen, even though more and more people are becoming high frequency and out of their reach. What we're looking at is 1/2 to 3/4 of humanity is still operating at a level where the demons can drag them down. And so what our work will do is raise the floor, raise the lowest level of consciousness that's possible here on Earth. And when that happens, our ascension is guaranteed. And so please support us. You know, if you feel rich and you want to give us some money and make our lives a bit easier while we continue this important work, feel free. Otherwise, you could just like and subscribe this video. Because we're fighting a frequency war, and the more help we get, the better. Keep in mind that we're always recruiting, and if you are doing these solo earthwork missions, you're probably ready to come and join us. It sounds fantastic and out of reach what we're doing, but as a team, it gets so much simpler. If you want to throw your weight behind what we're doing, please get in touch. We'd love to you all. May the force be with you, and bye for now.